Today's Friday, January 25th. I'm recording this video for Monday, January 28th, and the following days. Um, I have quite a bit of list here to go through. Thanks again for all of your comments and I guess kind words. Yes, of course, the markets are in a really bullish mode. I guess starting with S&P, the chart what you guys are seeing right now is S&P chart, and S&P is probably nearing its first target range, which is I guess I've been talking about this for quite some time in my videos, which is a 1506 and 1509 could act as a pretty strong resistance there, and if it does really blow through that one, I guess, and we would look for the next level, which is 1551. But I am actually expecting some type of a resistance at that point. And also, I guess the date is kind of it's far before that. Actually, it's like the date is expected date to reach that 1506 was um, February 5th, but it is actually maybe reaching pretty close because today is 1503 already. So now let's move on to the next one. Next, let's just see the industrials. They're also, I guess, they're at par with S&P, and this is again, this stock has actually went really past its range. It's at 13,750. Today is 895. I think this is the target range which I would be looking at about is a 14,100, 14,000, I guess 14,098, and that would be the range I think we'll be looking for a resistance. Next, look at gold. Gold is now definitely an interesting place. I guess I would be taking a position into gold at if it crosses the 1691. So it's right now it's 1658 and it's way below. So and also it's trading below this 200 period moving average, which is something else which you want to watch it. But let's just see what next week's action price action is. If S&P is kind of a if you think that it's going to see resistance about 1507, sorry 1509, then I do think probably gold may turn around and probably move up. So at that time I will try to take a position into at 1691 level. Then look at QM, that is it's oil, crude oil. I am still maintaining my position in USO. USO, I guess the targets are between 98 and 102. I know, but it is quite interesting. I guess this is the Autodesk chart, and I guess their earnings are coming on February 21st. The target ranges for this is between $40 and $42, and it's almost close to it's secondary targets. So this is the one which I usually trade this type of stocks, but for somehow I missed it. Then let's just see the next stock is Cisco. So Cisco's earnings are actually on February 6th. So my target range for the Cisco would be something like a 22.75 to 24 and a half. That's where I'm actually shooting for it, because it very comfortably past its first range of it, which is 19 and a half to 20.5, and it is trading much above it, and right now it's trading near the 100% of its target range, which is about 21.47. So the next one is CRM. CRM is quite interesting because CRM, I think I might have talked about this in a couple of videos in the past. Not only CRM has an ABC bullish pattern embedded into an ascending triangle, and this is an ascending triangle which broke out sometime in I believe, let's say this is in mid-December, and now it's actually moving up, and today it went up by $6. So the target ranges for this is and also these earnings are coming in February 21st, so we got 27 days more to go. But I think the targets for this is somewhere about it's actually close to like 192 to $206. So there's a lot more to go, but today is again pretty solidly moved up about $6 after trading for sideways since its breakout. So this is, I guess, you can use both the ascending triangle and also the ABC embedded triangle too. Let's see. The next one is a next one is a Deckers. Let's see, and this is actually solidly move up today, moved up. Um, Deckers, I guess, this is one of the what I call is a perfect ABC bullish pattern, which actually formed it in there, and then here. The entry trigger into Deckers is about $36, and today it went up by about 267. But I think it probably in the last hour or so it was actually trading over $3.25 up, and then it's right now it's 41.58. But the target range would be between 43.50 and $46. So let's just look at it at that point and then see how it's going to act it at. So this is the target range. First target range is, the next target range is much higher, but I think usually stocks, when they fall this hard and try to rally it, usually we do see some type of retracements from the first target zones. So once we get to that point, let's actually see how it's going to react to it, and then we'll probably see if it gets to the next target levels. The next one is FAS. This is the financial. Let's see this. Okay, this is the financial bull. I guess it's ETF, which is pretty solidly doing, and this is my proxy into actually trading into the financials. I have traded Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley type of stocks, and so I guess this is what I actually monitor it to see how well FAS is acting up, and so in that case, in that regard, it is really doing pretty solid. So the next one is I wanted to show. I do not have a position in this, but I'm actually looking for it. Is the GE. GE's earnings are, I guess, all the way in April somewhere. I guess probably they may have had earnings recently, but it is actually in a pretty solid ABC bullish pattern, and the next targets would be between $23 and $24 is the first target levels. So I guess I do not have a position. I guess if I had seen this a few days ago, I probably would have taken it. And let's see, next one is the IMAX, which I have positions. Let's see. There. This is again, IMAX. It went through the first target zone already, and now the second target zone is actually kind of acting up. And this is what I say when price reaches to this, 62 and 79%, and then kind of a retraces it back. But I'm still thinking that I'm expecting this to move up higher. Probably not as fast as any other stocks which are moving right now, but I do think that this stock probably would retrace it a little bit more before it moves to the next targets. And next is Juniper. Juniper had a pretty solid earnings too, so it's doing pretty well. I guess I have actually captured this stocks right from beginning of its ABC pattern right in November timeframe, and it's still doing pretty strong. The stock, I guess, next ranges would be 23.5 to 25.5. That would be its price target zones. I guess that also is expected to be like about 1st February. I think it's supposed to reach this 23.5. Let's see if it happens. It still has got about $1 more to go. Okay, now let's see. QCOM. This is a stock I'm actually surprised, and I do have a Qualcomm position, but today, actually in the last few days, it has been trading really down, and I'm kind of surprised at its price action. Probably, I guess maybe it's in the sympathy with Apple, but they have probably every other phone as their client, and I'm surprised that only only because of Apple the stock is falling. But anyway, Qualcomm did reach its levels, which is about $65 to 67. But I was thinking that this would actually go through this one before its earnings, which is actually next week. So it would be interesting for me to see what would happen, unless there's some kind of earnings rumor out there, which I do not know. And let's look at Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren, I posted it a couple of videos too, and this is it's actually broke out of its ABC entry level and also the 200 period moving average is about $154, and the targets are between 163 and 68, and then the next target zone would be 175 to 183. So I guess right now their earnings are also probably February 6th, which is probably 2 weeks from now. So we will see the price action for that, but as how it's behaving in the last few days seems like it would actually get to that the next target levels. So let's see. The next one is the SAP. SAP, I thought the move has run out, but it seems like it's not. It's still going pretty strong. This is a pretty large ABC. Came in the um, beginning to July of last year, and it's still going strong. And so the trigger was actually at $59, and now it's still going up. And so the next completion target would be between $81 to $89, and that would be the target range for that. Let's see. Next, move to Monster Energy. This is the one I'm closely watching it. This is actually forming an ABC pattern, which I consider it as a perfect bullish pattern. But so far there is no entry trigger yet. So I'm closely monitoring to see if it does trigger this $51. If it does trigger $51, that would be a pretty good entry to get in, and then we could probably see a little bit higher prices, which in 56 and 59. So far I'm just only monitoring the stock. In the same way, let me show you what happened with the Coinstar, which I posted it um, at least quite a few videos, I think. Coinstar today actually rallied quite a bit, about $3.50, and Coinstar is also in an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So now it's coming to an interesting point of actually coming near to the what I call is a. Let's see if I can draw this is the neckline. This is a line, okay. This is the neckline. So the price really didn't cross over the neckline yet, which is about $54. And so if it does trade above that, then I think that would be an interesting trade, because now we can trade it using the ABC principles, the head and shoulder pattern, which is a larger inverse head and shoulder pattern. So once it reaches there, if it does really cross in the next few sessions, we can probably look into it and see if it does get to any of these higher levels. Next one is OVTI. OVTI had a pretty good price action in the ABC bullish pattern, and here the first target ranges would be about $16.75 to $17.75. So it's today, of course, it went up by 46 cents. I think it halfway through today, I think I saw about 59.60 cents, I think too. So then the next one is Green Mountain Coffee. Green Mountain Coffee also really rallied up quite a bit, and I think the next target levels would be it is really trading in its secondary targets. And I am also looking closely that they may be this higher end of the this is the gap down which formed on sometime in May of 2012. So I'm thinking of its upper range. Maybe it's probably that maybe the first type of a resistance it might see it, which is about $49. 40, I guess 47. Let's see what's the actual area. Yeah, 48.62. So that would be the probably the target for that, because usually now it's trying to fill its gap, and then it's also probably coinciding closely with this 162% of AB2. And then let me show you a few more stocks quickly. One is, yeah, I thought I had something here. No. Let's just see the other one. Let me show you Apple. I guess I know some people ask me this question. Would I be trading it? I don't think so. Today also it traded quite a bit low. So let's just go ahead and show you this. This is what I'm expecting in Apple. I know a lot of people probably don't like what I'm saying it, but usually these parabolic stocks usually retrace it back to the 62% of the level. So I am expecting it to at least come down to the 392 level. If it's not, in fact, even this 200 period moving average is about 353. It's quite a bit of the stock went up quite a bit from 2009 to 2012. Only this year, I guess it's been tanking quite a bit. So I guess you got to you got to give it for some time before actually it relieves its overbought condition, and probably next I'm thinking between this about $350 price range, probably traders will come in and probably start buying it. Um, I think that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your comments again. Please do send me any of your suggestions if you have anything for the videos, or some of you said that the video colors changing and all. I know it's lot of it, but I thought that you could actually switch the YouTube setting, because all these are actually recorded in HD. That means you could have it up all the way until 1920 by 1080 and kind of thing. So you can change that setting in YouTube itself while viewing it. So you can do that, and probably it will be more clear. But I guess I chose this black, so that way it's probably a little bit visible type of thing. I know I could choose a white one also, but I guess right now I'm using white, and we'll see what happens. Thanks again, and have a great weekend.